Who's the most delusional person you've ever met? My coworker Janet believed she was secretly being recruited by the CIA because she kept getting spam emails with classified in the subject line. Janet worked in our accounting department and was convinced the government had been monitoring her Excel skills for months. She'd whispered to me about suspicious activity on her computer, which turned out to be normal software updates. The delusion started when she got a phishing email that said, "Classified, your services are needed." Instead of deleting it like a normal person, Janet became convinced it was a coded message from Langley. "They can't communicate directly," she explained seriously. "That's why they're using Gmail and asking me to click suspicious links. It's all part of the recruitment process." I tried explaining that it was spam, but Janet had already created an elaborate conspiracy theory. She believed her mundane job calculating expense reports was actually a cover for her real work as a financial intelligence analyst. The situation escalated when Janet started preparing for her mission. She bought a trench coat, started carrying a briefcase filled with random spreadsheets, and began speaking in what she thought were coded phrases. "The pigeons are flying south," she'd whispered to me by the water cooler. "Do you understand what I'm saying?" Janet even started leaving work early for what she called training sessions, which were actually her going to the library to read spy novels for research. The breaking point came when Janet got a robocall about extending her car warranty. She answered the phone with, "Agent Smith speaking, what's the situation?" The confused telemarketer hung up, which Janet interpreted as confirmation of her secret agent status. That's when I realized Janet had been responding to every spam email she received, thinking they were all part of her CIA recruitment. Her inbox was flooded with phishing attempts because she kept clicking on everything. The company IT department had been trying to figure out why Janet's computer was constantly infected with malware. She'd been downloading mission files that were actually viruses. During our annual cybersecurity training, the instructor used Janet's email as an example of what not to do. He showed her inbox on the projector, revealing hundreds of spam emails she'd responded to with enthusiasm. "I've been compromised," Janet gasped, thinking her cover was blown instead of realizing she'd been publicly humiliated. The instructor explained that criminals target gullible people with official-sounding emails, which is exactly what had happened to Janet. Janet quit the next day, leaving a resignation letter that said she was going underground to protect the company from her enemies. But the story doesn't end there. Janet started a blog called Former Agent Reports, where she documented her time in corporate espionage. She claimed our office was actually a CIA front operation and that all her coworkers were undercover agents. She even posted photos of our boring office building with captions like "Classified Operations Center" and "Where Democracy's Heroes Work." Our poor receptionist became Agent Jennifer in Janet's fantasy world. The blog got exactly 3 followers, all of whom were clearly bots. But Janet interpreted this as proof that her blog was being suppressed by government censors. Last I heard, she's working at a coffee shop and still thinks the CIA is watching her through the security cameras. She reviews customers' orders for coded messages and believes the barista schedule is actually a sophisticated communication system. Sometimes the most dangerous person in the office is the one who thinks they're the most important.